Welcome to the second part of your lab number 14, which is on RIP router protocol. So we will start with placing the routers. I'm choosing prototype router, right? Because इसमें आपको मॉड्यूल नहीं ऐड करना पड़ेगा ऑफ योर सीरियल पोर्ट कनेक्शन के लिए जो हम मॉड्यूल ऐड करते हैं 1841 which is VIC2T module hardware में हम ऐड करते हैं. So I'm kind of avoiding that part, and yes, I will be taking two PCs. Okay, before and because it's a prototype, so with you can consider all set of physical layouts, right? So I won't be adding any serial module, right? Okay, ये मैंने connection इसके कर दिए. Plus let's make the connection with the PCs, and you are watching these connection were with your crossover cable, different devices with crossover cable. But yes, जब आप higher bandwidth cover करना चाहते हैं, we use serial ports for communicate interaction between routers, right? Okay, what else, right? अच्छा, मैंने आपको कहा था when you are enabling your RIP protocol, initially आपने क्या करना है, इनके जो 3 set of links हैं, you will be turning them on. So I am putting IP addresses ताकि it's easier for me to just enable the addresses on the systems, right? On the specified links, right? Ports, right? And it's better to call them ports, right? 168.1 dot, let's say I'm giving it 11. This side पे I'm changing the IP address 168.2 dot, let's say 10. Okay, acha, keep in mind that these three are for your network 192.168.2 dot, let's say it's 11, 192.168.3 dot 10. Now I'm changing network address every part में, right? If you can judge it, तो that dot 3 जो है that's been varying in every section, right? Okay, 192.168.3.11, right? कुछ इस तरह से I will be assigning my IP addresses, and plus for this side let's take a class A address of 10.0.0. let's say 1, right? Now this is for my जो router की फास्ट ईथरनेट पोर्ट है, दैट्स दी गेटवे काइंड ऑफ, ठीक है? उसके लिए जो एड्रेस मैं स्पेसिफाई कर रही हूँ ये वो एड्रेस है. एंड जब पीसी को दूंगी आई विल बी गिविंग सम एड्रेस अदर देन दी मेन एड्रेस, राइट? .10 कर सकती हूँ, 11, 12, 13, वट एवर, राइट? अकॉर्डिंगली. अच्छा, ओके, नाउ लेट्स टर्न ऑन ईच लिंक. अच्छा, आप जा सकते हैं इन CLI मोड एंड यू कैन एंटर ईच कमांड, बट आई एम अवॉइडिंग दैट टाइम. You can go from here as well by typing enable configure terminal, but I am going for my shortcut. Now this is the port fast ethernet 00. okay, I want to give it an IP address. You can see कि वही commands exactly यहाँ पर run होती हुई आपको नजर आएंगी. I want to give an IP address of 10.0.0.1 and it's class A, तो by default it pick the classes. अगर आप इसको change करना चाहते हैं you can change यहाँ पे 255 255 accordingly, but I am not changing it. ठीक है, I am keeping it to class A. So I've turned on the link, no shutdown command has run. अच्छा, actual router पे you will be using the commands, right? यहाँ पे facilitate किया गया है, but वहाँ पे आपको commands ही use करनी होंगी. serial 2 3, right? serial ports में you have to give this clock rate as well. okay, IP address 192.168.1.10, let's say, and because it's by default a class C address, तो इसने उसको pick कर लिया है accordingly, and I am setting my rate to let's say 64000. ये सारी commands run होती जा रही हैं. it pick the port, IP address है accordingly, no shutdown, right? Now the last port is serial 30. I'm trying to save the time for a shorter video and accordingly, right? जो बाकी procedures है उसके लिए. okay, now this side IP address is 30 है, तो इसका IP एड्रेस है 192.168.3.11. Accordingly, IP address has been assigned and the link has been turned on, right? Okay, let's move toward my other link. Because इसमें Ethernet port पे आपने कोई PC attach नहीं किया, so I will be moving toward this serial 20 and इसका IP address है 192.168.1.11, right? The mask, and I'm turning it on, right? Plus set your clock rate. Finally जो last one है, it's .2.0 and it's serial port 30. So 192.168.3.11, it's mask and turn on this link, right? So I'm cross checking, मैंने दोनों पे जो default rate है वो set कर दिया है. Anyhow, finally moving toward the last one, it has a connection on fast Ethernet port, so I will be giving an IP address of, this is the link, right? So its IP address is 20.0.0.1 and a mask, and I'm turning it on, right? You can see ये सारी commands run हो रही है. IP address, name of your interface, IP address, no shutdown. Okay, so let's move toward the next one, which is serial port 20, and this side is your 30. So for 20, my IP address is 192.168.3.10, and turn it on, right? Okay, last one is 3.0. and turn it on, right? Okay, आपके hopefully all the links are now on. अब हम इस पे ऐड करेंगे हमारी जो कमांड्स थी रिप प्रोटोकॉल की. अब यहाँ से भी आप ऐड कर सकते हैं नेटवर्क्स, राइट? बट लेट्स गो फ्रॉम दिस साइड, राइट? यहाँ से आप किस तरह करेंगे? दिस इज़ योर राउटर नंबर 1, राइट? So I will type in my configuration mode router and the protocol which you want to use on your router. Then the address is network, let's say it's 10.0.0.0. I'll only type the network address, not your entire address, right? Now this network is 192.168.1.0, and finally your last network is dot 192.3.0, right? तीन आपने ऐड कर ली हैं. Let me check. 3 networks are added, and let me check one more thing कि मैंने यहाँ पे serial 3 पोर्ट पे 192, yes, okay fine. यहाँ पे मैंने तीनों ऐड कर लिए हैं. इसी तरह मैं यहाँ पे करूँगी. यहाँ पे I am going directly, right, from this side RIP, and I'm adding the networks attached to it. 192.168.1.0, add it. 192.168.2.0, add it, right? यही दो थे आपके. And finally moving toward my इसके साथ अटैच है 20.0.0.1, सॉरी .0. अगर आप इसको .1 के भी प्लेस करेंगे, it will only pick up the network, right? Okay, 192.168.2.0 and finally 192.168.3.0. ठीक है, all of the networks are added. After enabling your RIP router protocol, check it on all of your routers if you want to. ठीक है, if you want to check it, आप यहाँ पे जा सकते हैं and you can check it via show route, show IP route, right? ठीक है, अच्छा, now you can see कि फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल C is for connected. It means कि डायरेक्टली आपका राउटर नंबर 0 जो है वो 192.168.1 नेटवर्क से कनेक्टेड है. सिमिलरली 192.168.2 नेटवर्क से इट इज़ डायरेक्टली कनेक्टेड. प्लस दिस IP एड्रेस जो है इससे इट इज़ कनेक्टेड with the help of 192.168.1.10, right? with a duration of 6. यहाँ पे आपका टाइम मेंशन है. इसी तरह 20 के साथ इट्स कनेक्टेड विद 192.168.2.11. इट मीन्स के राउटर के इस लिंक के थ्रू इट कैन कनेक्ट टू दिस एड्रेस. सिमिलरली राउटर के इस लिंक के थ्रू इट कैन कनेक्ट टू दिस एड्रेस, राइट? सो द लिस्ट हैज़ बीन अपडेटेड. लेट्स चेक and assign the IP addresses. यहाँ पे हम कर देते हैं 10.1.0.0.10. It's mask and right. Similarly 20.0.0. let's say again 10 कर लेते हैं and mask default gateway is 20.0.0.1, right? Okay, अच्छा, you can communicate with the other PC with the help of this version 10.0.0.1, right? Now you're receiving a reply. अच्छा, one thing more, जब आप यहाँ पे check करते हैं you can also use show IP protocol command to check आपके कौन कौन से IPs use हो रहे हैं, किस किस gate IP एड्रेस के साथ the router is connected directly, आप कौन कौन से प्रोटोकॉल यूज़ कर रहे हैं. presently it's just RIP protocol, so it is showing just RIP protocol, right? and one thing more जो आप इसमें ऐड कर सकते हैं, you can go from real to simulation version, right? and you can send a packet from here to this ending point. I'm taking my packet from this to this destination, right? and it's showing me all the 7 layers, and presently the packet is tracked up to layer 3 because yahin tak it requires the IP address and all the details. So anyhow, let's move toward the simulation side and event list and capture forward, going to the, and it's successful, right? So I've just kind of forwarded it. So yes, the process has been completed and it's successful. So आप यहाँ से भी कर सकते हैं and you can use the other procedure as well. And one last thing, if I delete one of the link, let's say link is down, यहाँ से आपका packet drop हो गया, आपका link down हो गया, so you want to check your root. In this case you can use, या आप उस version से भी कर सकते हैं, या आप ये कमांड भी यूज़ कर सकते हैं .0.0.1 तक जाने के लिए. व्हाट्स द रूट आई विल बी यूजिंग, बिकॉज दिस रूट इज़, और दिस शॉर्टेस्ट पॉसिबल रूट इज़ डाउन, तो ये आपका इस पाथ के थ्रू जाएगा. लेट मी जस्ट एंड इट राइट हेयर एंड अगेन पिंग इट एंड चेक क्या आपका PC is it reachable or not. Let's move to your okay. Now this connection is actually made via this path. ठीक है, so You will check it out here. So now you can see the path has been changed, right? It is showing you कि यहाँ से packet आपका यहाँ गया, then it went to this router, then this router, and finally this. So even if the link is down, the connection has been established. So this is all about your RIP router protocol. So Allah Hafiz.